Hello, welcome to Board Game TV. Hope your day's doing good. And we are playing Pathfinder, Skull and Shackles. And we are on the last little scenario for Adventure 3, Tempest Rising. As you see, I already have my blessing out. And we are playing the Free Captain's Regatta. So it says, the most dangerous nautical race in the Shackles is underway. Daring captains risk it all, racing along a route that skirts the edge of an eternal hurricane, the Eye of Bendigo. Winners can claim a fantastic reward in the favor of the Pirate Council. Losers are never seen again. Okay, so there's no villain in this one. We have some henchmen here. Hurricane winds mostly. It says, shuffle an enemy ship henchman into each location deck, which I've done. If you defeat an enemy ship, put it on top of its location deck. After your move step, you may examine the top card of your location deck. You may shuffle that deck. If the Blessings deck is empty, examine the top card of each location deck. You win the scenario only if each is an enemy ship. Okay, and each character draws a random blessing from the box. Loot Pirate's Favor. Okay. So, we have 6 locations, and we're going to do it like a race. It's going to go in order. We got to go from 1 to 2 to 3. We can't skip around. If we come across the enemy ship first, we can put it on top of the location and then just move to the next one. It's kind of meaning we've passed that ship. However, if we come across a henchman, and we beat the henchman, then we can bring forth the enemy ship and do it. And then once we get to the last location, we can just sit there and count the blessings deck, and if every top location has an enemy ship, we're good. There's 6 locations. We have Raker's Shoals, which says at the start of your turn, your ship is dealt 1 structural damage. Alright, your ship is dealt a structural damage when closing. If your ship is wrecked, the location is not closed. On closing, discard a card. Okay. Now, I'm not going to have to close these locations. Like I said, if we fight the henchman, the enemy ship, we can just put it on top. We don't have to close it. So that'll be good. We have the Rocky Cliff. It says, at the start of your turn, you may examine the top card of this location deck. If it's a boon, put it on the bottom of the deck. That's pretty good. When closing, banish a boon. When permanent close, well, we won't have to go over that because we're not going to be doing that. We have Fringes of the Eye. The difficulty of checks to defeat barriers is increased by 3. Okay. Shark Skin Reef. At the start of your turn, each character's location must summon and encounter the henchman Hammerhead Shark. Widowmaker Isle. For each ally in your discard pile, the difficulty of your check is increased by 1. And Gorza's Flow. At the start of your move step, succeed at a Wisdom or Survival 7 check, or move all characters at this location to a random other location than in your move step. So that's not pretty good. So this is actually going to be kind of hard, even though there's no villain and stuff, because we're beating the clock. We got these horrible locations, which are all horrible. One does structural damage, one moves you around. It's just terrible. So we're going to go ahead and get started at Raker's Shoals. Now, we already had the start of our turn, so your ship is dealt 1 structural damage. So as Valero's here, I'm going to get rid of a card so I don't take a structural damage. Okay, now let's do our first card here, and we have Blessing here. Constitution or Divine. 5. Okay, let's see here. My Constitution isn't 8, so I probably can get it. I gotta roll good. Okay, so let's see. I'll just take an 8-sider here and let's roll. And I rolled a 3. Now I get a +1. That is not good enough. course, we start off with the crap rolling. So this is a crap roll, so I'm going to put this dice over here and maybe use a better one. Okay, well, I couldn't even get that. However, I'm going to play my captain, and we're going to explore again. And we have Humbang crossbow, dexterity, ranged 11. Well, there's no way I can get that. So we'll put that to the side. And I think I want to play another blessing. The blessing of Phrasma. And we're going to go again. Sandbar. Okay. Before you act, move each character to this location. Well, we're already there. You may recharge any number of allies. Can't do that. Alright, strength. Okay, well, it's a good thing I got strength. So, we need an 11 or higher. So, it's an 8 and 3 and 4. 8 and 4 is 12. That's good enough. So, we beat the sandbar. Alright. Then I'll play this blessing of Abadar. And we're going to keep going. And potion of flying. Well, I don't think I can get that. So that's the end. That. And now it is our next turn. Now, I have to take 1 structural damage. I'll play this blessing of the gods to avoid taking a structural damage. And we're going to keep going here. And we have Wall of Fire. Intelligence, Arcane, Wisdom Divine. Okay. I have a D12. Alright, so I got the Wall of Fire. Okay, I'm going to play Didrian here, and I can look, and it's an enemy ship. Okay, so we're going to play her, and then we're going to explore. Alright. Summon and encounter a random ship. If you do not defeat the summoned ship, the enemy ship is undefeated. Okay, so I'm just going to go. I have them packed up in order. And here we go. We have the Wormwood. Okay, Wisdom Survival. That's, I better use that. The difficulty of your check to defeat the Wormwood is increased by twice the adventure deck number, if any. Alright, the adventure deck is 3. So, let's see. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 and 6 is 13. So I need a 13 to beat it. Okay. So, my Wisdom Survival, I'm going to use my Wisdom D8. However, I'm going to have to play a Blessing here. Okay, I'm going to play this Blessing. Discard to add 2 dice to any check against a card that has an aquatic trait. So we shall, this does have an aquatic trait because it is this. So let's see. Let's move this. Okay, 7, 6, 2. That's 13, 15. So we beat the Wormwood. So the enemy ship has been defeated. We can go ahead and just put it on top of the location. We have beaten this location. Yay. And that's going to be the end of Al-Haraz's turn. So we're going to play a Blessing here. And we're going to move on to the Rocky Cliff. Now, we did start our turn there. So I still have to take the structural damage. So I'm going to get rid of the conch shell to avoid that structural damage. We did not start our turn here. So there we go. So Rain's gonna go and let's see what we get. We get this thing here. Ooh. You know, I do have a perception. There's a possibility I could evade it. You know what? We're going to try to evade that. We're going to play this Blessing as well. It's going to give us 2 dice. 3 die 12. It's a little bit overkill, but hey. Alright, 14, 15. So we evade. 14, 15. Plus my perception has a +2. So that's, you know, 17. So we do evade this. We'll have to shuffle it back in. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so let's go to the next card. I'm going to play Rosie Cusswell, and we're going to keep exploring. And Hurricane Winds, okay. You may charge any number of allies. For each ally recharged, add 1d4 to your check to defeat this barrier. Okay, I have this guy right here, so I am going to recharge him. So I'm going to get a d4 automatically. Okay, his intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, survival. Well, again, I have a very good wisdom, so it's fine. Okay, 8, 2, 10, plus let's see, what is it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Yeah, I should have. I miscalculated, so I'm going to give myself a mulligan. I'm going to play a blessing real quick and add another d12. I was thinking of something totally different, and therefore, so that's 14 there, 16. So I mean, I beat it, but yeah, I had a brain fart. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gave myself a mulligan, but I did. Okay, so it's defeated. So the enemy ship will come forth. However, it is the end of Lorraine's turn. We can't go anymore. So we're going to play this blessing. And Valeros will go. And again, we have the enemy ship. So let's get him out of here. Here we go. So there's the enemy ship card. And I have to randomly draw a ship, which I shall do. And let's see. Well, let's just put this up here. Okay. And it is the Dominator. And that's another wisdom, survival, or dexterity ranged. Okay. So let's see what I have here. Wisdom, survival, dexterity ranged. Oof. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to play a blessing. If the Dominator was summoned by a card that has the Captain trait, this does not have the Captain trait. The difficulty you check to defeat the Dominator is increased by 2. Okay, well, we won't have to worry about that. Okay, so we don't have to worry about any of the things. I'm going to play blessing, and I'm going to use my wisdom, survival. Yeah, because I get a +1. It's better than my dexterity ranged. Okay, well, I got lucky on that. 6 + 1 is 7 + 2 is 9. That's 1 better than we needed. So we beat this ship right here. We can't seize it. However, this location is now closed. Or not closed, but it has the enemy ship. And that's going to be the end of Valeros' turn. So let's go ahead and move here. We'll play a blessing. The check defeat barriers increased by 3. Yeah. Al-Hazaro will go. And we have Hurricane Winds. Here we go. Okay, you may recharge any number of allies. Alright, I have 1 ally, so I'm going to recharge him. So that's 1d4. Intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, survival. Okay. I'm going to have to use my wisdom, which is a d8. And I'm going to have to play this blessing. Which blessing right here will give me 2 dice, extra dice, because I am on a ship. Okay, 8 and 5 is 13 and 2 is 15, so we beat it. So we beat the hurricane winds. Okay. However, I cannot go anymore. We can't explore anymore, so we're going to go move on to Lorraine. And we know that an enemy ship is going to have to come out. Here we go. Alright. Alright, and the ship we get now is the Devil's Parlor. If defeated, when discard a card, do not roll for the plunder card type, stash a random weapon instead. Okay. Wisdom, survival. Again, I want to use my wisdom. That's pretty good. Let's see here. 7. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm not going to use any other blessings or nothing. I'm just going to try to roll it. Got a 10. So we defeated easily. So we had defeated that ship. So now we have an enemy ship there. However, that's going to be the end of our turn. So let's play a blessing. And we're going here to Sharkskin Reef. Now, our start of the turn was here at the fringes of the eye. So we do not have to summon a hammerhead shark. So let's go ahead. And we have a storm. If you start your turn at this location, okay, well, alright, so that's fine. Now I'm going to play Grifter Tibbs, and we're going to explore again. We have a Will-O-Wisp. You may not play spells. Okay, before you act, succeed at a Wisdom 10 or recharge 1d4 cards from your hand. Well, there's no way I can do that, so I'm going to have to recharge. Okay, good. Let's see, 2 cards. Well, that's fine. My hand. Okay, let's fight this thing here. I'm going to have my Cutlass, which is my strength, plus a 1d6, and then I can recharge it and add 1d8. Oh, come on, man. Look at this. Should I touch it? Haha. Should have probably. That's 8 and 2, which is 10. And that is not good enough. So this thing, this dice is a piece of garbage, so we'll get rid of that one. We have to take damage. So I have to get rid of these 2 guys. And this thing is going back in the deck because we could not beat it. So let me do that. Alright, so it's Al-Haraz's turn. Play a blessing. Okay, now at the start of your turn at this location, roll a 1d6. On a 6 banishes barrier, and as a result, your ship is dealt the amount of structural damage. Move this barrier face up to a random location. Okay. Okay, so I have to take 4 structural damage. Jeez. And this thing will go, let's see, 1 through 3, 4 through 6. Okay, it's going to go all the way over here to Gorzon's Flow. Okay, so that was first. So I have to get rid of 4 cards so I don't take any structural damage. Now, you know what? We'll take the structural damage. Okay, next time we take damage, we're going to get wrecked, and we can't get wrecked, so... Alright, now at the start of your turn, each character's location must summon and encounter the henchman Hammerhead Shark. Okay, so Valeros, there's not going to be no penalty for not beating him because he doesn't have any cards. However, Al-Hazara will play Hydraulic Push. This does have the aquatic trait, so we get our Divine plus a 2d6 plus a 1d4 because Valeros is there. Easily beaten. Let's see if I can reuse Hydraulic Push. 4, 2, 6. No, I do not. I have to get rid of it. Alright. Lorraine will go. Valeros is there, and I use my Toxic Blunderbuss. dexterity, and a 1d10. Oh, well, that's right. It should be 12. Well, we beat it easily with the spell anyway, so. Okay, that's 11. 13, no problem. So the hammerhead shark has been beaten by Lorraine. Okay. So let's keep it going. We have fortified shell armor. Constitution Fortitude 8. There's no way I can get that, so we'll just put that there. Okay, I'm going to play the blessing, and we're going to keep exploring. And we have a great white shark. So we have sharks all over the place. 16. Okay, let's see here. Alright. I'll use my animate water spell. Valeros is here. I get my this plus another 2 die 4. And 4 and 3 is definitely a 2, so that's, 19, 21. We beat the great white shark. Okay. And that's going to be it for his turn, so let us go again. And of course, we're here. Everybody's got to summon the hammerhead shark. Now, Valeros, again, not going to matter. We'll, oh, let me see if I can do the animate water. Charge it. Damn it, man. I'm having problems with rolling some of these dice. Okay, so I'm going to have to play Sphere of Fire. Seven, 9, 10, 11, but I do have a +2, so that's 13. So we do beat the hammerhead shark. Lorraine's going to go with Toxic Blunderbuss, but I have to roll to see if I can. Yes, I can recharge Spear of Fire. Alright, so Valeros is here. My dexterity. And a 1d10. Okay, 7, 11, 13. Alright, so beat the hammerhead shark. So let's go ahead and explore. Sea Tyrant's Patch. Charisma, Diplomacy 9. There's no way I can get that. So there's that. And then I'm going to play a blessing. And we're going to explore again. We have a Were Crocodile. The top card of the Blessings deck is not Blessing of the Gods, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's use Toxic Blunderbuss here. Bury the card so I get an additional extra 2 6s. Okay, 11, ooh, 18 right there. So, alright, so the Were Crocodile has been beaten, and I will bury the Toxic Blunderbuss. And that's it. That's the end of the turn. Jeez. I hate getting stuck at this location because I got to keep fighting this hammerhead shark, and this would be the one where I get stuck at. It's ridiculous. But hey, what you gonna do? Okay, so it's Valeros' turn. Of course, everybody's got to do the hammerhead shark. I'm gonna play my Cutlass +1. So I'll take my Strength Melee. I believe it's a 1d6. Alright, so it's 7 and 2 is 9. +1 is 10. +4 is 14. So we beat it. Okay, Al Hazara. Valeros is with me. Does not have the undead trait. Okay, so I can use my divine and 2d6 for my wall of fire. Yeah, that's fine. That's 12 right there. Can I recharge my wall of fire? Yes, I can. Okay. And then, of course, Lorraine, I have the Sword Cane pistol. So Valeros is with me. 1d6 plus 2. And my stealth, okay. Okay, 6 and 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11, plus 2 is 13. So we all beat the hammerhead shark. Okay, so let's explore. And we have Lightning Elemental. This is a henchman here. The Lightning Elemental is immune to the electricity, mental, and poison traits. All damage dealt by the Lightning Elemental is electricity. If undefeated, each character location takes 1d4 electricity damage. Okay, so I'm going to play 17 is pretty high. So I'm going to use my cutlass, and that's going to give me my strength plus a 1d6 plus a 1d8. I will recharge it. Okay, 10, 12, 15, plus 1 is 16, plus my strength bonus, we defeat the Lightning Elemental. Okay, so the Lightning Elemental has been beaten, and I'm going to play a blessing now, this one right here, and we're going to bring up the enemy ship. We're going to keep going. We're going to bring up the enemy ship. And we're going to see, and it's the sea chanty. You may reveal any number of allies. For each ally revealed, add 3 to your check to defeat the sea chanty. Alright, I don't have any allies, so that's not good. My wisdom survival is 6, and my charisma diplomacy, okay. Well, my eye patch. Okay, recharge this card. Add 1d4 to the swashbuckling check to acquire an ally or defeat a bane or a ship, or a 1d8 if it has the pirate trait. It does not, but I will recharge the eye patch and gain a 1d8. And that was an 8. Plus 1 is 9. So we beat the sea chanty. So the sea chanty is done. And that's going to be the end of Valeros' turn. So we're now going to Widowmaker Isle. Let's put this stuff back in here. Enemy ship will go back on top. And for each ally in your discard pile, the difficulty of your check is increased by 1. Alright, it's Al-Haraz's turn. I'll play this blessing. Alright, so let us see. Alright, we have the hurricane winds. Fine. You may recharge any number of allies. Well, I have one ally here, so I'm going to recharge him. So we're going to add 1d4. However, how many allies do I have in my discard pile? 1. Okay, so it's going to be a 14 to have to beat. 14 to beat. It's intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, survival. Okay. I do 1d8. And I'm going to play a blessing of the gods. And we're going to add another d8. Okay, so let's see here. 4, 7, 2 is 13. I need 14. However, I do get a plus bonus, so we barely beat it. That's fine. The Hurricane Winds has been beaten. So let's get the enemy ship. However, Al-Hazar will not be able to go. It's not going to be him that's able to do it. So we have to move on now to Lorraine's turn, but let's play a blessing. Okay, and the ship that we have is the Death Nail. You may discard a card that has a divine trait to add 3 to your check to defeat it. I don't have a card with the divine trait. That sucks. Okay, I need Divine 7 or Wisdom Survival 9. Again, I'm glad I get lucky with these Wisdoms because he has a D12 on Wisdom. Let me see, I think I have something with an ally here. See, check the acquired item or weapon. Okay. Okay, here we go. 8. Okay. I have one ally, so I need a 9. I need a 10, I'm sorry, to beat this, because I have one ally in my discard pile. However, I rolled an 8, and I have a +2, so that is 10, so we defeat the death knell. And this location is now closed and done with. And we are moving on to our final location. Valeros will go. We did not start our turn at this location, so there's that. Alright, at the start of your move step, we didn't start any of that, so let's go ahead and play and see what we get. And we have another Were Crocodile. The top card is a Blessings of the Gods, so it's going to cost me an extra 5 to defeat this guy, so that's 23. Okay. Whew. Oh yeah, I should charge that. Alright, let me see what I want to use. Okay, I'm going to use my rapier. So let me get my strength and 3d4. I'll go ahead and recharge that. And I'm going to play Blessing of this to add another 10-sided die to my thing, because that's all I have. Okay, so let's see. 9. What is that? I can't tell. I'm getting old, my glasses. It looks like 8. No, I think that's a 6. Okay, 9 and 6 is 15. Plus 3 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Plus 2 is 21. However, my strength bonus will put me over the top. So we beat the Were Crocodile. Okay, I'm going to play the Imp, and we will explore again. And we have this blessing here. Wisdom Survival 7. Alright, well, I gotta roll 6. I didn't, so that's not gonna do it. Okay, and that's gonna have to be the end of his turn. So let's move on to our next turn. Okay, I have to succeed at a Wisdom or Survival 7 check, or we're gonna have to move to another location. Okay, so I'm gonna play Blessing here because I don't want to do that. Okay, so 8 and 4 is 12, so we don't have to move to another location. Now we have the Storm. Roll a d6. I did not roll a 6. I rolled a 2, so I'm going to have to take 2 damage. So instead of taking that damage, I'm going to go ahead and discard 2 cards. Okay, so now we will explore. And we have Drowning Spike Traps. Dexterity Disable 7. There's no way if I can defeat that. So, if undefeated, display this card next to your deck. You may not move or be moved while this barrier is next to your deck. While displayed, you may not move or be moved. At the start of each of your turns, succeed at a Dexterity, Acrobatics, or 9 Strength check to banish this card. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm not having to move anyway, so that's kind of opportunity to come up. Okay, so it's our next turn. It's Lorraine's turn. Alright, so we have 2 starts here. Good thing my wisdom is really good. So let's do that. Okay, that's an 11. So we've succeeded at this. Now we have the storm. I rolled a 6, finally. Okay, so we can get rid of that barrier now. Alright, and let us explore. And we have harpoon trap. Dexterity, acrobatics 9. Okay, well. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh. Well, I do get a +4, so. Damn it, didn't do it. 2 + 4. Okay, it does 1d6 ranged combat to me. God. 2 damage. So I gotta take 2 damage. I'll take. I'll recharge my chain shirt. And that is done. I'm gonna play my monkey. We're gonna explore again. God damn. All these barriers here. Swabbing the deck. You may recharge any number of allies. Well, I don't have that. Defeated, you may recharge 1 card. Okay, Constitution Fortitude 7. Okay. There's nothing I can really do about this. 5 + 1. Nah, I'm not going to do it. Okay, if undefeated, each character recharges 1 card. Leave this barrier face up on a location deck. Character's location counter this barrier at their first exploration each turn. Okay, so I'm going to have to recharge 1 card. Valeros will have to recharge 1 card. And Alharazo will have to charge 1 card. And that's going to be it for Lorraine. So we're at the end of that turn. Okay, so we have a couple things here for Valeros. Of course, we have to see if we flow. So let's draw his hand. Okay, good thing I got this freaking eye patch here. So I believe it is a it's a wisdom D6 and a D8. Okay, 7 and 3 is 10, so we don't have to do the flow. Now we have to do the swabbing the decks. I don't have any allies. Constitution Fortitude 7, but again, I have to recharge the eye patch. Okay, I have to roll good. There's just no other way around it. I did. Okay, so I have a Constitution Fortitude +1. I rolled a 6. That's a 7. So we do this. So if defeated, you may recharge 1 card. I don't really want to recharge it, but we did beat swabbing the decks. Okay, so now we shall explore. And we have this guy right here. Let's fight him with a cutlass. He deals, okay, 1d4 +1 range combat. Okay, yeah, that's right. Oh, so he does 2 combat. Damage to some rare or random character. And it is Valero. So, we'll use the chain shirt. We'll recharge that so we don't take any of the damage. So now we can do our fight. Okay, 6 and 2 is 8. +4 is 12. So just enough to beat this guy. And that's it. I can't go anymore. So next turn. Alright, so first things first. At the start of each of your turns, succeed at a dexterity night check. Okay, let's draw cards. And I'm going to have to bury a card in a minute. I should have actually buried a card. So I'm going to actually bury the Sphere of Fire. That would have been top card. I'm not going to be able to get rid of it, so I'm going to have to bury another card in a second. I had to wait to the end of my turn. But let's start with the Wisdom Survival 7. Now, so far we've been lucky. So, okay, I got a 7 there. So we don't have to move. Now we shall explore. Hurricane winds, okay. Alright, I'm going to recharge this guy right here. He's going to give me a 1d4. Intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, survival. D8. Okay, and I'm going to play my last blessing here and add another D8. Okay, that's 7 and 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So we barely beat the hurricane winds. So the enemy ship will now come out. He's almost at the dead bottom too. Okay. But that's the end of Alaras's turn. We can't go anymore, so let's play a blessing. Let's draw some cards here. Now we have to do a wisdom check to see if we can not move. And I'm going to overdo it. I'm going to play a blessing here and roll 2 dice. Well, thankfully 11 plus 2, we beat it. Alright, so the enemy ship that we have here is the Dog Wager Queen. You may recharge a card that has the Aristocrat or Captain trait to add 3 to your check to defeat it. I don't have anything like that, so no. Wisdom Survival 8, but that is good. Okay, so it's probably for the game. Let's see, that's going to be, yeah, there's no other. I'm making sure I rolled a 10. I'm sorry. I rolled a 10. I want to make sure I have this right because this is for the game. May recharge a card. No, nothing else. No other, no negative stuff I have to do. So we beat the queen. So if we just sit here now and we just run out of the blessings deck, we've won. Huh. So okay. So there we go. We have finally finished adventure deck number 3. Skull and Shackles. Okay. So, we're going to be doing adventure deck number 4. Moving on to that pretty soon. But before we do that, I'm going to take like a little bit of a break in between Pathfinder things. I kind of want to rush through the Pathfinder so I can get to the next set. But I'm going to play a few other different games. I got several new games that I want to try out. I might do a couple playthrough of those and then we'll move back to Pathfinder. So, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, have fun.